So it's October, and as I said before, we like to plan for the next year in October to get ourselves together. We have two things here. We have some agendas, and I know a lot of us like a really nice agenda. And so I purchased this, as I mentioned before. I don't think I ever really talked about it. Purchased this Dooney Bourke agenda cover off of Poshmark about a month and some ago, and I was looking for something to organize with it. Now, the young lady who sold it included a small notebook, but I also wanted an agenda to go in there. And so I picked up not one, but both of the Dooney Bourke agendas. But I have it to where I have an agenda in the front and still the notebook in the back, all right? So let's deal with this. Now, if you go to the website, and I do appreciate Dooney Bourke, and I'm noticing a movement to include more clear dimensions on their products, i.e. the handbags, the accessories, but also to include more quick bullet points of the features and the benefits. Personally, I was 5 steps from writing an email saying, look, may I please take over your product page on your website, because user experience, seriously. But we're not there yet. We're not there. Let me stick to what I do. And yes, I wrote a lot of product training in my past. So we're going to talk about the agendas today, because if you go to the website, there is no information. There is none. Now you may say, what information do you actually need for an agenda? Well, beyond dimensions, because you're trying to either add this into another agenda folder where you can switch out the calendar every single year, or you just want to know how it's set up. Not all agendas are equal. Can we recognize that? So this is the larger of the two. This is product number G2026, i.e. 2026. And this is the large spiral planner. Let's get some quick dimensions. Now, the reason why it is still closed is because I'm gonna go with the smaller of the two, and this little bad boy is going to be sold, so no need to open it. So this is left to right. Let me give myself some room here. We're looking about 6 and a little over 3/4 of an inch. We have, in terms of our height here, I'm gonna say it's just, again, another smidge over 3/4, 8 3/4, so not exactly 9, but let's say 9, we'll say 7 by 9 if I wanna go there, 7 by 9. And then in terms of the depth or the thickness of this little guy, we're not even yeah, it's like what's that? A quarter? Yeah, a quarter. So it's pretty good. Nice, simple. Now, let me get into the smaller one so you can really see what's on the inside here, because they are designed the same. That much I did notice. They had, I think, maybe 1 or 2 pictures. Again, as a person who has done things for product training in terms of suggesting what product shots should be captured, adding features and benefits, being responsible for the website customer feedback and things of that nature, I'm not just talking out of like the wazoo. This is from experience. So the smaller one, and it is petite. Now there's only 2 sizes. There's nothing in between. So this one, we're not exactly 4. So we'll say a little bit over 3 3/4. And then we're looking at the length here. Again, this is like 6 3/4. And I'm going to say the thickness is still the same, where it's like about 1/4 thick. So it's really not that thick. Yeah, we'll say it's 1/4 there. Okay. Now that we got that figured out, let's look inside. So you are going to have a place where you can put all your personal info. We still do that. And even though you do have your phone, not everybody, I have noticed, sets up their emergency contact in their phone. Please. The least you can do is if you have an emergency, something happens, someone can grab your phone and figure out who to contact on your behalf. So let's take care of the basics. But they have a legend, so that is there. Maybe I should zoom in here a little bit. Hold on here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Get a little close up. Get a little closer. Closer didn't close. Okay. We got in place for important notes. They do have the 2025, and then they go into 26 and 27. This is pretty typical for an agenda, so you can get ahead of the times. And then from there, you start up with your overall month. So we have everything from December up into, let's get right into it. December 2025 there. Oop, I went too far. Here we go. Let me go back. There we go. December 26. All right, so you have your full month at a glance. Like we like to call it, month at a glance, right there. Then we get into the individual weeks at a glance. And if you look up here, I'm going to bring it up to us. So it does say what week it is. That is week 50, right? So it does include that. So it starts in December on the 8th and lets you go up until the 52nd week. And then we start with week 1, which is going to be, again, the new year. So we're there. What I also like about this calendar, and we do have at the bottom here, if you want to tear out the little notch, so you know exactly where you are when you open your agenda, they do have that feature available. Now, the rest of this is, I'm going to say, your basics, right? These are your basics for the rest of this. Let me jump right to the back because you have the entire year. And back here, we do have December ending, but also January 2027. So you get a little time to get into the next year. There's a plan to plan for 2027 in the year. So year at a glance for every single month of January through December, that is there. So that's built in. And then from there, you got your important dates, so no need to guess there, both for 26 and 27. You have your international holidays, international dialing. Now I know there's a lot of area codes, especially in Texas, because Houston, it's major area codes. But we still have place for birthdays and anniversaries just in case. So there are some people you really don't want to forget. You got your time zones and your area codes, world standard times, and a place for notes. So it's got a lot. I do believe it's a great agenda, great option for those who still want to write things on paper. I do both. I have the digital, but I also keep it on paper. And something about putting it on paper lets me play with ideas and move things around. And then when everything is set and done, then I will, of course, put it in digital. So it works. Here's a side-by-side real quick of those agendas, just so you can see. If you're like, is it really a big difference? It's a big difference. It really is. There's nothing in between. They really could use an in-between size personally. And I know they had an agenda cover, so like a little wallet back in the day that fit this size, hence why that probably is still there. Could they add a third spot, like a medium? They could. You got small, you go large. There's a place for a medium to come out just a little bit to fit this particularly. If they see enough want of paper, maybe we'll get it. I know people said, oh, we have our digital planners, nobody's writing in paper. Paper has made a comeback, people. I don't think it actually ever left, but paper has made a comeback. And if you look at the number of agendas being created, where people are creating their own, selling them on Etsy and all these other places, it never left. We like to touch and feel. That and holding a cell phone or even a tablet, it gets tiring. It's just not the same. There's a reason why they have those digital devices that feel like you're writing on paper. This is sensory. We like how this feels. But that is it. Okay, so if you got questions, let me know. I'm gonna put the dimensions again in the description of the video. This little bad boy is going on sale, so if you want an agenda, stay tuned for that, and see you in the next video.